specifically transitive and intransitive verbs. And I went through the content and I discovered it's not a very long concept, even though it takes some time to grasp. If we have time, I will add on the infinitive verbs. So let's start. Transitive and intransitive verbs. These are type of verbs which the first one contains a direct object and the other one contains an indirect object. So for me to make you understand better, allow me to go to the description and I explain it in depth. So we start with the transitive verbs. Transitive verbs. Okay, this one, as I have just informed you, this one's mm, these are verbs. These are verbs that have a direct object. That have a direct object. That's the key thing under transitive verbs. Now, by direct object, I mean that. So the direct object. No, sorry. Let me do this. Yes. So yes, the direct object. The direct object means that the action of the verb acts uh, acts on acts on the object instantly or directly, meaning that the action will come from the subject, and this action that is being done on the subject is being done on the um, this action that the subject is doing is being acted upon on the object. This is the main part of the transitive verb. Now here we can also say that this transitive verb, it expresses a doable activity. So it also expresses sorry ex- expresses a doable activity. E.g., we have something like walk, that's doable activity. We have run, that's a doable activity. We have jump, that's a doable activity, and etc. and others. So because it's a doable action, this means that the subject must do that action for it to be a transitive verb. And since this one has a direct object, let me put here. Sorry. So since this has a direct object, here we can say that sorry, that the object. You say that the object receives the action from the verb. The object receives the action from the verb. Now this one is our transitive verb. A better way for us to put this is by using examples, e.g., so here we have samples. We can say that John kicked the ball. John kicked the ball. Now, John, as always, is our subject because it appears at the beginning of a sentence. Then we have kicked is our verb. Then we have ball, which is our object. If you look carefully, the action of kicking, which John did, has been done on the ball, meaning that this one is our transitive verb and it has acted directly on the ball. So John kicked the ball. That is a direct object. It does not show any other place where the action has gone before reaching its target. Another example we have, let's use Mary as a Mary drove the car. Also, this one, the action of driving was done on the car by Mary. So, drove is our transitive verb, and car is our direct object. So, let me do this because since we'll have members who come and to watch this one later, make it transitive verb for them to be. So, this one is a transitive verb. Let me see if I can get an arrow. Yes, here it is. So this one is our transitive verb. Yes, and then this one here, this one is our direct object. Direct object. Now this one means that the action was done on the object directly. It did not go to any other place before coming to our object. This one is our direct object. That way. So if the examiner gives you a sentence and then they ask you, identify transitive and intransitive verbs in the following questions. Now, the first thing that you look at is for you to identify the transitive verbs. So, for you to know the transitive verb, you will first of all confirm, does the action act on the object directly, or does it go to somewhere else before coming back to the object? If it is a no, then it is an intransitive verb. But if it is a yes, meaning that this action was done on the object, that is a transitive verb. Now, before I allow you to ask questions, here you can put a slight note. So we can have a note. So we'll say we can also have an indirect object, but it must come before, but it must come after. Must come after the direct object. Direct object. So we can also have an indirect object, but it must come after the direct object. So this one I mean that if we have John kicked the ball, if we say John kicked the ball to the goalkeeper, that now to the goalkeeper is also an object, but is an indirect object. Because one, first the ball was kicked, then it went to where the goalkeeper was. We cannot say John kicked the goalkeeper the ball and expect it to be a transitive verb. Not really. That now changes the meaning and it becomes an intransitive verb. So here we'll have our sample. We have e.g. Let's have John kicked the ball to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper. So this one, it's still our transitive verb, and then this one, the ball, is still our direct object. That one. Now this one, the goalkeeper, is our indirect object because he did not receive the action directly from the verb itself. So up to there, do you have any question before I continue?